This is the bike that's for sale. It's a Raleigh touring bike, and I believe that it's a Raleigh Touriste because although it doesn't have the Touriste decal that should be along there, the spec of the bike is exactly the same as a 1991 Raleigh Touriste, and that's what it is really, which means that it's built from 531 tube. It's a touring bike, and it's a comfortable steel bike with reasonably solid gear on it, cantilever brakes, Randonneur handlebars, which are shoulder width for doing long distances. I've put 28mm tyres on it, touring tyres. They are, can't remember what they are, Panaracer Tour Guards, and they're in really good condition. Loads of tread on that. 2 bottle cages for long distances. It's got a triple chain set, which is 48, 38, 28 on the front, and I think 12 to 28 on the back. Definitely 28, not sure about the 12. It is 12 to 28, which gives you 28, 28, which is good for climbing hills and stuff like that. It's very low gear. It's not as low as you get these days on touring bikes, but for its day it was very low, and it's fine. I've never had any trouble with getting a low gear low enough, even with fully laden. It's got a Shimano X-Age 300 group set, which was, I think it was a mountain bike group set in those days that they put on touring bikes because it gave you the range of low gears that you needed for loaded touring. So it's that on the back. It's got X-Age. All this is original, I'm sure. I mean, I don't think anything's been changed on this bike. The chain set's Biopace, which is a quite a strange Shimano thing where the wheels aren't, they're sort of oblong shaped, or not oblong, rectangular shaped, and actually that's exactly the same thing, isn't it? So they're not quite circular, and the idea is you'd get rid of the dead spot when the pedal, I don't know, I can't remember what it is, but at some point during it going round you get rid of a dead spot, and it's supposed to make it more comfortable for long distances and all that rubbish. I really like them actually. I've had loads of them over the years and they're great. So hardly any wear on that at all. I've taken really good care of all this stuff. I use good quality Japanese chainsaw oil on the chain because I think that's the best. But different people have different opinions on all that stuff, but I use that, and I've just never noticed any wear on any of my bikes at all, chain or cogs. The cogs are in really good nick. I've just oiled everything. I've cleaned it all off for sale and oiled and greased it, and I'll be sorry to see it go actually, which is one of the reasons I did a proper job on it. But anyway, steel pedals, tough as old boots. I'm sure those are original. Pretty heavy. The tyres are 28mm. You could put, I'm sure, thicker tyres on that, and in retrospect I probably would have actually. I probably would have put 32s on it, or even 35s, and that would give you a more comfortable ride. But I didn't. I put 28s on because that was okay. It was okay at the time. It's probably a bit quicker. What else have I done? I've put SKS mudguards on it, which are the standard sort of quality mudguard that you see on touring bikes. A Tortec alloy light rack that's good for 25 kilograms to carry, panniers. It's got I don't know if it's the original saddle, but it's quite comfy. I've never seen any reason to change it. I've got a Brooks on a different bike, but this was fine. In fact, this is more comfortable than the Brooks, if I'm honest. So, what's it called? I don't know, it's got ATA written there, but I don't know what that means really. But it's comfortable, and it's got a cutout in the middle, but you know what. Seat post is free, stem post is free. I've loosened them I mean, no doubt about that whatsoever. Okay, so the brakes are cantilever, they're extremely strong, never had any trouble with it at all. Paintwork's good all round, certainly for a bike of its age. I mean, you often see a lot of scuffs around here, and I mean, it has got scuffs, you know, it's bound to have. They get them from being in the garage normally, in my experience. So there's a bit of paint missing off there. That doesn't look terribly good. The other side's fine though. I'd say that was cable wear, but obviously it's got cantilever, so it can't be really, unless maybe it had a loose cable, one of these at some point, and scraped it up and down. But normally you get that from caliper brakes, where the cable goes back over there and it just rubs it away over time. But don't know what that is. The worst bit is here, where there is a patch of paint missing, and correspondingly over there. So I'm guessing that, although there's no dents on the bike anywhere at all, I'm guessing that at some point in a garage or something, somebody dropped something down there or scraped it against something, and it's taken out a patch of paint both sides. Ever since I've had the bike, I've been intending to paint over that, and as things happen, I just haven't got round to it. So what I do, I just rub some grease over it when I lubricate the bike, and that seems to work alright. It hasn't rusted. Well, there's a tiny bit of surface rust there, but nothing really. I imagine that Raleigh put something on the steel frames anyway. So, quick release hubs. What else can I say? Down tube shifters. Like I say, 7 on the back, 3 on the front, which gives you 21 gears. I did have butterfly bars on this when I was riding it, but these are the original Randoneur bars, so I've put them back on now to sell it. This is the tape that I had on the butterfly bars, so I just took it off those and rewrapped these, which is why the patches of dirty tape look a bit odd. So that's freshly done. You won't need to do that for quite a while, hopefully. Gears, what's bad? Right, one other thing that's bad is when I got the bike, the dropout screws, like they normally are, were rusted in. Dropout screws are things that go through the dropout there, and they allow you to adjust the wheel from sort of side to side to allow for frames that aren't properly made. So that one was fine, so I took that one out when I got the bike. We're going back 4 or 5 years now, and that one was rusted, and when I tried to take it out, it snapped off. So instead of getting somebody else to do it, I tried to drill it out myself, made a muck of it, and snapped off the drill bit in there. So I didn't know what to do after that, so I just put the wheel on, and lo and behold, it was fine anyway. So I just did it up, and it's been fine ever since. So that's nothing to worry about, but it's not, you know, you need to be aware of that, because it is a defect. Although it doesn't have any effect on riding it, and hasn't done. I've done like 2,000 miles on the bike with it in there, and it's no bother. What else? When I was cleaning the bike this time, I noticed a couple of the spokes were loose at the back. So what you really should do, I think, if you buy the bike, is to put it into a bike shop and get certainly the back wheel trued. It's not, I don't think it's out of true, but the spokes need to be tightened, and they're going to want to true it at the same time, I should imagine.